Let's now invite Laurie Williams, political analyst, Montreal University, in this conversation. Laurie, good evening and thanks for your time here on CTV News Channel.
Great to be with you, Akshay.
So, the Prime Minister, it seems, Laurie, has responded to all the mocking and provocation with 6 words and this 6 minutes long video clip. While the video has a good message, a strong message, a reminder to what Canada and US are to each other, the question is it really enough?
Well, I don't think it is, but it signals something that could be effective, and that is going directly to American citizens, letting them know not only about what Canada and who Canada is, but who Canadians are and how we've had this long-standing partnership and we can benefit one another. That was addressed in a fairly short social media post by Mark Carney, both saying, look, we got to get working together for the workers in both countries, and also we need to be clear on the failures or the shortcomings of the policy claims that are being made here. Somehow or another, taxes would be 60% less. I mean, this is just nonsense. And as a former governor of the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England, Mark Carney's got a lot of credibility on the financial front.
You know, I'm glad you brought that reaction because, yes, we are now beginning to see some reactions come in on all these insults from Donald Trump. And some may actually even say, Laurie, that this is political interference. After all, there are suggestions on who should be Canada's Prime Minister. But do you believe Canadian leaders, irrespective of which party they belong to, collectively need to do more to push back on all this rhetoric?
Yeah, there's no question. There needs to be more done. There needs more effective, more coordinated response to all of this. And again, there may be first steps being made in that direction that we're starting to see. And as those become more effective, we'll perhaps see an impact. But Donald Trump is going to say outrageous things. He's done so forever. And there's not a lot of credibility associated with some of the things that he says. Nevertheless, the message is being heard by some Americans and counter messages need to be conveyed. And that has to be done in a coordinated way. And we're not seeing that coordination. We're not seeing that leadership in a very effective way just yet. And that's why this leadership vacuum is continuing to plague us.
What, in your view, though, while I understand this one may be a little difficult to assess because it's Donald Trump, but why do you think Donald Trump is doing all that he's doing? Because he already has our attention when it comes to the issue of border, for example. We are hearing responses. We are hearing from the feds, from several provinces who are doing something about it. But the fact that it's the 51st state, the fact that we should have a governor, why are we at the receiving end repeatedly, especially the last 1 month?
Well, I think it's getting some attention, the kind of attention that Donald Trump wants. And of course, that's his primary focus. So he wants the attention. He's made comments about Greenland, about Panama, and so forth. It's the sort of thing that he engages in. And again, responses from anybody in Canada or in the United States, for that matter, are unlikely to make much difference. A much better approach is to appeal to the people and the things that make a difference to him. So if this starts to have an impact on jobs or the interests of Americans, if it has an impact on the stock market, if he's hearing directly from advisors about this sort of thing, then he may respond. But, I mean, Donald Trump likes to call people names, likes to say outrageous things, and he does it because it gets attention, and that's his primary focus.
Yeah, attention.
Much more. Yeah, and of course, a much more effective strategy would be to focus on those he listens to.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll leave it at that for tonight, but always appreciate your time and your insights. Laurie Williams, political analyst, Montreal University. Thank you once again, Laurie. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Akshay.